I'm Vanessa Cromer, Senior Director of Publicity for the Bucked Up LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk and SoFi Stadium. Before we begin, I would like to remind everybody to please mute themselves. And when asking a question, please select the hand at the bottom, and we will open it up for Q&A. Also, credential requests are currently open. There is a link that will go in the chat box, and the deadline to apply is Wednesday. We also have a digital press kit with assets that will be continuously updated throughout the week, so make sure to check there. And we are thrilled to welcome these teams to SoFi Stadium on December 13th. And I'd like to now introduce our Executive Director, Robel Inu.
Amazing. Thank you, Vanessa. Good afternoon, everybody. Coach Fisch, Coach Danielson, thank you all for joining us today. I'm Robel Inu, the Executive Director of the LA Bowl, the Bucked Up LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk. On behalf of everyone involved with the LA Bowl and Mr. Kroenke, we're excited to welcome you all to today's press conference for our 5th ever bowl game here. This year's matchup is going to have two incredible teams, Boise State Broncos, the Mountain West Conference champions, and the University of Washington Huskies. Both teams had outstanding seasons, and we're excited to celebrate their success here at SoFi Stadium next Saturday, December 13th. Game will be kicked off at 5 p.m. Pacific, and it'll air on ABC. We've got a great activity. We got a great list of activities planned for the teams during the week while they're here, including a special Shoes That Fit and East West Bank athletic shoe distribution event that'll be Friday for the students of the Altadena Arts Magnet. As part of our ongoing efforts to support those impacted by the California fires earlier this year. We're looking forward to kicking off the bowl season here in Inglewood, having Gronk's energy, the team energy here with this iconic venue as the backdrop, and we're set for an unforgettable LA Bowl. Congratulations again to both teams, and we're excited to see you guys up here this next week. Turn it back to you, Vanessa.
Thank you. And now I'd like to offer Coach Danielson, if you would like to have any opening remarks.
Yeah, appreciate you guys as always. Fired up to be in the LA Bowl. Coach Fisch, think the world of you. And Washington's always been obviously a team that is very, very successful. And since Coach Fisch taken over, man, they continue to be on the rise. It's a really, really good football team, and it's going to be a really good matchup. And two West Coast teams, which is really cool, playing down in Southern California, which I know is a big recruiting area for us. I know it is for Coach Fisch and his staff too. A bunch of our players are from Southern California too, which is awesome. So, and you get to play before Christmas, which is exciting as well. So we're fired up. Team's excited. We're going to have our first meeting tomorrow and get into kind of our game week, but just really excited to be in the LA Bowl, like I said, against a big time opponent like Washington. And Coach Fisch and their staff and what they've done. And so excited for the opportunity, excited to go have a really good football game on Saturday night.
Thank you. And Coach Fisch?
Yeah, first want to congratulate Coach Danielson on a great win the other night. I got to watch every minute of that, and it was fun to see that game. I thought his team played outstanding, and you could certainly see the energy that his quarterback, when he came back, when he has a starting quarterback back, how good of a team they are. So obviously another great job. One of the best teams in the country. I really believe that Boise over the last 5 years, 10 years, 15 years has always been a flag bearer of how to do it right and continue to do it that way. So it's exciting for us. We just got done with our banquet, and we are now starting tomorrow as well. And we're very much looking forward to a game week situation where we can have a traditional Monday through Friday and then play on Saturday. Obviously, playing at SoFi means a ton. I was with the Rams, and I left the year before it opened. So I didn't get to play on the home field, but I got to go there a couple of times as a visiting team. So I'm excited to bring our team back there. Obviously, it's a beautiful venue, and what a great reward for a good season for both of our teams to be back down in LA and be able to play at an NFL stadium.
Well, we are thrilled to welcome you back. And now we're going to open it up for questions. Again, please just raise the hand icon at the bottom of the screen and turn your mute off. Do we have any questions? Any questions?
Yeah, there's a bunch of hands raised towards the top.
Okay. Oh, I see. Sorry. Thank you. Okay. Nick Hamilton.
Hello, everyone. My question is for Coach Fisch. Obviously, what have you learned and what have you seen? How have you seen your offense grow over the course of this season? And how does playing in one of these bowl games help you with recruiting, whether now or in the future?
Yeah, well, it's been a fun year for sure for our team, our offense, playing with a true sophomore quarterback, sharing time with a true sophomore running back, and then 2 freshman wide receivers have started every game for us. So that's been pretty neat. And then 2 freshman offensive linemen. So offensively, we have a great mixture of super young, and then we've got some great veterans on our team with Jonah Coleman and Denzel Boston and Carver Willis, have really made huge impacts. Quentin Moore. So our offense has continued to make good strides. Really proud of where we are in certain categories, third down, red zone, scoring. So all of that is good. But we wanted another opportunity to have as many practices as we could have. So to be able to have 7 practices last week and this week, to be able to continue to work on improving in every area is a huge opportunity there for us to play one more game and see how good we can get on offense in the years to come. And then this is our a place that we recruit heavily in Southern California. So we're very excited about the chance to showcase what we do and how we do it and what our team looks like in the area that we're going to recruit heavily here in the future.
Thank you. And when you say your name, when I call your name, can you also say what outlet you are from, please? Kenneth Berry, please.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for putting this on. For Coach Danielson, you were obviously here at the LA Bowl a couple years ago against UCLA. What do you feel like is the biggest thing that you've learned about yourself as a person and a coach and the program? And for Coach Fisch, being a former Pac-12 coach, what advice would you give Coach Danielson going into the Pac-12 next season?
Yeah, Kenneth. I remember 2 years ago when we were at the LA Bowl, I was just named the head coach. I don't know, maybe a week or 2 weeks earlier, and it was, just an amazing moment for me and what our team had been through, and then winning a championship. And one of the most, was so humbled to be named the head coach here, and that's a testament to our players and our staff. I promise you, the more you're around me, you'll figure out that I'll underwhelm you. I'm not that cool, not that smart. I'm around really good people. And continue to learn things every single day. I mean, even last season, learned a lot. This season, we were left for dead 3 weeks ago and had to grow, had to figure it out, had to link arms, had to improve and double down on just who we are and our culture. So I'm learning something every single day, and I'll probably screw something up tonight and have to learn from it and be better tomorrow. And that's just kind of who I am and who I want to continue to be on the rise and be someone who can be the best version of myself for our players. So from last time we were down there, obviously UCLA beat us, and we gotta find a way to continue to grow and be better, and got a huge matchup against Washington.
Yeah, I'm not sure I can give much advice to Coach Danielson. He's played in the college football playoffs last year and won the conference both years as the head coach. So I'll let I think he's got it figured out pretty good right now. So I'll let him. I don't want to get in his way of winning.
Thank you. And again, if you can just say which what outlet you are from. So BJ.
Hi, BJ Rains with Bronco Nation News in Boise. Coach, you mentioned being done before Christmas. How big of a deal is it? How much do you enjoy just getting right back into game week and not having a couple weeks and letting guys leave and come back? And Spencer, I guess both of you, but Spencer, for you, just what's the right back into game week? How do you feel about that? And also got to ask this, I guess, this time of year, Cage Casey, some of those guys, any opt-outs or anything? Are you expecting a full team to play on Saturday, Coach?
Yeah, BJ, first off, I mean, yeah, it's just another game week, which is kind of cool to get in rhythm, similar like Coach Fisch said. We played on a Friday and gave the players the weekend off, and then we'll get back to it on Monday, and just kind of a normal schedule for us, which will be good, just to double down on our process and find a way to keep getting better. And then, a lot of our players will be able to go home after the bowl game. Some will come back because of finals and walk through that, and it'll be good for them to get. I mean, it's a grind, man. Football, college football, on our players and our staffs a lot, and for them to be able to get home and get some time with the family before we reload and get ready to launch the 26th campaign in January is going to be huge. Obviously, the portal and stuff opens up in January, so got to make sure we're going to work on that with our players and where we're at with the future going through these next really 2 weeks. And I think with Paige Casey and some of our other guys that are potential NFL, we'll walk that path. Going to meet this week and see where they're at and have conversations. And so I can't speak to any of it yet, BJ, but we'll kind of see how the next few days go.
Thanks.
And Bob Beller.
Bob Beeler from the Bronco Radio Network. Question for both coaches. What impresses you most about your opponent? What do you think will give you the biggest challenges in facing the other? Start with Coach Fisch.
Well, I would say what certainly has impressed me over the last couple of days watching them is that they're a complete football team. That you can see defensively, offensively, special teams. There's not many mishaps, not many mistakes. Everything's very clean. They take care of the football. Obviously, I've seen a huge, as I mentioned earlier, with their starting quarterback. You can see what a leader he is, what a champion he is for their cause. Even on the podium, listening to him at the end, just seeing the smile he had with Coach Danielson, you could see what type of guy he is. I think that they've always done and will continue to always do a great job of running the football. And you can see where that comes from. And they're also their ability to get the ball out in space. On the other side of the ball, they give you a ton of conflicts defensively because of their ability to pressure the quarterback and their willingness to bring multiple rushers. So we know we're going to have our hands full with trying to game plan against their defense. And I'm going to get actually right back to it as soon as this Zoom call is over, because that's what we do around here.
Coach D?
Yeah, I mean, we're playing, one of the best teams in the country this Saturday, which is a huge opportunity for our guys. And to Coach's point, I mean, we watched them, getting into them really today. And I mean, very, very well coached. I mean, playing their quarterback, number 2, Desmond. I mean, he's probably one of the most electric football players we've seen all season. And I mean, not only can he make every throw, I mean, good luck trying to get him down in space. I mean, that's for anybody, for Ohio State, for Oregon. I mean, he's an electric football player. Both their backs are NFL dudes. Their offensive line works well together. They got multiple matchup issues at the receiver position. Tight ends work well together. They give you a lot of conflict in regards to run schemes and they don't really give any tails, which is tough to deal with. And then defensively, they play really well together. Obviously, as a defensive guy, you're not seeing guys running free. You're not seeing guys not in their gap. They give you a lot of different looks. They have a secondary that can essentially do whatever they need to do. They can lock up a man covers. They have good complements to zone. They disguise both looks. So we got our hands cut out for us. And they've obviously seen they can stop the run. They can play the spread. They can play empty sets. Like they can line up to everything, which hats off to their defense too. And then special teams wise, I mean, probably one of the best kickoff return units we've seen all season long. They're really sound on special teams. Obviously, when you're a really good football team, you got to be good in all 3 phases. But watching some of their kickoff returns, I mean, that'll keep you up at night too.
Thank you. Sean Goodwin.
Hey, Sean Goodwin with the Idaho Statesman. Just one for you, Spencer. Obviously, you guys were here a couple of years ago. I guess your top 2 quarterbacks on the team are out. You ran with CJ Tiller. I guess just what does this opportunity mean to get back to the LA Bowl and to write a record of putting that ball up in Albertson Stadium as a winner?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you always want to win your last game. And that's no different for us than anybody else. And especially, this season's been, we've been through some ups and downs, had to learn a lot. And I've talked about that, about kind of the journey we've had. And so thankful for our team to be able to win the championship this past weekend. That's a testament to our players and our seniors. And we got one more opportunity together, one more opportunity to have a chance to go out and play our best against a really, really good opponent, one of the better ones in the country, and just excited for an opportunity to keep getting better and hopefully play our best football on Saturday.
And John Wustrow.
John Wustrow, Idaho Press. This one's for Jedd. Jedd, you mentioned kind of the watching Boise State the last 15 years, and I don't know if you've ever gone up against them, but what's impressed you most about just watching their rise?
I've not had a game against Boise, but when you can have multiple coaches that all have similar success, it's the program as well as the culture as well as the coach. And I wouldn't try to guess what the culture is. I've never been a part of it, but knowing Chris Peterson, knowing what Dan Hawkins has done, knowing Dirk Cutter, there's a lot of coaches that have gone through Boise that I'm familiar with, that I've known, I've come across, and you could just the idea that a program year in and year out can change coaches but not change their win percentage is incredibly impressive. And I clearly see that there's an identity. I remember, I think I was coaching for the Baltimore Ravens, and the Statue of Liberty play occurred against Oklahoma, and from that point on, you're just aware of Boise, and from that point on, I've always had a great respect for the culture and the program.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you. Andrew Yamashita.
Andrew Yamashita from the Seattle Times. For both coaches, we've seen a couple teams now opt out of bowl games in the last couple hours. Why was this the right decision for both your programs, and why do you want to make sure you finish your season with a bowl game in general?
Well, Andy, I think you know me well enough by now that there would be about a 0 chance that we would opt out. The best way to get good at football is playing football. And I don't know why, certainly for us, we would not ever put ourselves in a position where we would opt out of playing football. Our guys love it. We love it. This is a great opportunity to win our 9th game. This is a great opportunity to compete for a championship. The LA Bowl championship is something that we want to have. And we want to, as long as there's hoisting a trophy, as long as they're keeping score, we would do everything we can to participate. And I think our players feel the same way.
Yeah, really piggybacking on what Coach just said. There's a lot of our seniors too that the second this season's over, they're not going to be playing football again, some of them. And last opportunity, their team, college football, every year is different. Every year's a new year. Every year's a new team, new players, new coaches. Obviously, we fight our tail off to create a culture and a group that stays together. But every year's a new year and one more opportunity to go out there, compete. We recruit football players here. We don't recruit guys that play football because they're just good at it. I want guys that love football, and that's really what our team is. Another opportunity to go cut it loose on Saturday. Can't imagine ever being in a situation where we wouldn't want to do that.
And Kenneth Berry, I know your hand was up.
Kenneth Berry, touchdowns and tangents. This could be for both of you, but just what have your senior classes taught you about yourselves as coaches and as people?
Yeah, I think, and I'll let you talk too, Coach. A lot of our seniors, we got a mix of guys that have been here for 4 years. Some of them have been here for 6. Some of them have been here for 1. And it's a group of guys that have been all in on being a part of this family. And every single one has taught me a lot about myself. And I've learned a lot from them, seeing a lot of them get injured, miss seasons, come back. They've been through multiple head coaches. Some of them went through COVID. They've been through a lot. And they've kept swinging every time. They linked arms with this program. A lot of them had opportunities to leave Boise State and didn't. And so my heart's for those kids, and my heart's to finish what we started.
Yeah. It's so unique, senior classes nowadays, because they're not necessarily seniors that they're not been at your same school for 4 years or 5 years any longer. But we certainly have a couple different groups here at Washington. We have 7 guys that I recruited in 2022 that signed with us at Arizona and have been with me for 4 years and at 2 different schools. So that senior class has been a huge part of the culture of what we're trying to build at 2 different programs. We have seniors that have been, we have a player that was recruited by Chris Peterson to come to Washington and stayed through 3 different head coaches. We have seniors that arrived here for their final year to try to make their best football experience they could have. Those guys are the ones that lay the groundwork and the foundation for the underclassmen and for the teams in the future. And we say to them, we believe that they've left the jersey better than they found it. And that's what we're most respectful for, that most appreciative for.
Thank you. Dorian Romero.
For Dorian Romero, freelance. Question for both coaches. What was your players' reactions to finding out they were going to play at SoFi Stadium?
My guys were fired up. We have a ton of guys from LA. I think Spencer said the same thing about his team with being in a Southern California recruiting base. So our guys, it's a chance to go back and have a lot of family members that maybe can't fly places all across the country are going to be able to get in their cars and drive there and watch their nephew play, their grandson play, their cousin play, their buddies play. I think the idea of playing in an incredible environment at SoFi Stadium where I told the team, the Eagles are playing the Chargers on Monday night. The Lions are playing the Rams next Sunday in the same, and we're sandwiched in the middle of that. So how cool is that for our kids to walk on the field and on the turf that people that they aspire to be are going to do before and after them. So our guys were really excited about it.
Yeah, our guys are fired up too. We don't meet on Sundays. Sundays is off our players, but I know just via text and phone calls they're excited, and we'll get it turned up tomorrow in our team meeting.
Thank you.
And Austin Parr.
Hey, Coach Danielson, I was just curious. I mean, you mentioned everything these seniors have been through with you guys, some of the multiple coaches through COVID and the whole works. I imagine this is going to be an emotional goodbye for some of these players. What's your message to these seniors as they lace it up one last time for you guys?
Yeah, for you guys that know me, I'm going to be emotional no matter how it goes. I'm a sentimental guy, and especially these, I've been here 9 years now, and shoot, these seniors have changed my life. And I write a letter to our seniors on senior night and directed to them in their life, but I end all of it with God has a great plan for your life. Never settle for less than that. And that doesn't just mean the NFL. That means being husbands and fathers. And I really do believe these young men are ready for life, to be champions in life. And the best is still to come for them. If the best time of your life was college, shoot, man, I failed you. And I believe the best is still to come for us. It's going to be emotional. It's going to be emotional not seeing them a lot. They're going to move on to what's next for them in their life, but this is always home.
All right, and these are the last 2 questions we have. BJ Rains.
Hey, Coach, what do you just make of Coach Danielson, the history of you guys in Washington? I mean, I think you played them at least a couple of times since you've been here. I think it's like 5-6 times in the last 12 years. Obviously, Coach Peterson going from Boise State to Washington. I don't know how much you actually go up against him in recruiting, but with the regional, 8-hour drive up there to Seattle and stuff, I think you guys 2029 open the season up there again. Just what do you make of the history and the familiarity with Washington and the 2 programs?
Yeah, a ton of respect for Washington, ton of respect for Coach Fisch and just what he's been able to do at everywhere he's been, but even seeing Washington on the rise. And yeah, we've played him multiple times and it hasn't gone well the prior times. And that's just hats off to Washington, hats off to the culture there, hats off to their players and who they recruit. And they're able to find some of the best players on the West Coast, but even in the country, in this landscape, to come play there. It's a phenomenal place to play and grow and develop. And so, yeah, we've been able to play them. In my time, I think we played them. This is maybe going to be number 3 or 4. And yeah, I just got a ton of respect for them and their players. We know they're going to be fired up to play, and we got to work our tail off to play our best game.
All right, last question, John Woostrow.
And Spence, just kind of piggybacking off that question, I don't know if you've had your weekly phone conversation with Chris Peterson yet. Did you get any sense of his thoughts on the matchup? And then, Jedd, I want to ask you, what's your relationship with Chris Peterson like?
Yeah, I talked to Coach Pete. We talked about, he had me over to the championship game. Obviously, he's just such a huge mentor in my life. Obviously, this is probably going to be a game for him that he's going to have to walk the middle of the line because he's just more. And we don't really talk so much specifics of the games and teams we're playing. It's just so much about for me and scheduling and how to handle things. But I know this week for him played, both schools that he loves and has such a huge affiliation with. I know it's probably going to be an interesting week for Coach Pete, who I love dearly.
Yeah, I have a ton of respect for Coach Peterson and, invite him out to practice all the time, although maybe not this week, now that I think about it. He's certainly such a pro. He's a consummate professional. It's you talk to him about anything and it's being kept in between you two. He does an unbelievable job in mentoring coaches across the NFL and college landscape. I've used him many of times for questions that I need guidance on, and he has been elite at being available and also communicating. So very grateful for my 2 years so far here at Washington. He's a huge part of our athletic department, a huge mentor to so many of our coaches. He runs programs for our assistant coaches, our head coaches, and certainly grateful for him, and we'll keep him away from the sidelines this week. We'll put him in the end zone on the right down the middle.
Amazing. I believe that will take us to the end of this press conference. So again, thank you, Coach Fisch. Thank you, Coach Danielson. Really looking forward to this next week, getting things set for this Saturday, and appreciate everyone else's time as well. Have a good week.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. See you, Coach.
Thanks, guys. See ya.